Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 143.
143 de Mario. It's a me. It's a Mario. It's a hate week. It's hard to hate something this bad.
No, but we will.
Oh, they're awful. They're awful. They're like
we got
limping.
lots of reasons to hate them this week.
It's like Quasimodo. They went from Hercules to Quasimodo. It's like, how do you hate Quasimodo? We'll still beat your ass. Hi, boys. How are you doing?
How you guys doing?
Thanks, Deshaun. Thanks for asking. It's us and FIU. Glad to see you're alive, Toast, and you made it back.
Yeah, and this was perfectly timed. I really just kind of got my voice back yesterday, so that was good. Voice was pretty rough on Sunday morning, but yep.
Yeah, you
Great
lost
time.
it around like the second quarter, third quarter. We were following along. We were giving you a drunk GPA, by the way. It was on a weighted scale. We were like 10 drunk, and then you went past it and blew past it. You were like AP honors and got up to like 11.0 on a 10.0 scale. So
all I know is that I got the notification that I have a total of 70 pounds of bourbon that will be here on Thursday.
Nice.
70. I didn't know they measured bourbon by the pound.
Well, that's what the boxes they're in.
The Orange Bowl bourbons. That's the
OBBs.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
How you guys doing? How was you had a big freaking Friday night scoop?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Yeah, I went to the show. 3.5 hours.
Tour.
The Eras Tour. I mean, we talked a little bit about it, and I'll touch on it again. The amount, you know what amazes me the most about that, and not to take anything away from her, the amount of logistics that goes into putting on a production of that scale is mind-numbing. Like, if you sit back and think of it, and then you think of them having to dismantle that type of production, load it, get it to the next city, unpack it, and put it back together again for 3 nights. I can't even explain to you how big the sound booth was and how many. I was behind the booth. It was, for me, it was great. The girl, Steph didn't even know it was there. I'm watching the booth, like the screens in this booth, dude. It was like NASA, SpaceX, and whatever Boeing has put together, all in one big compile.
Well, the Boeing one probably had like shocks and like flames coming out.
I mean,
of
that
it.
was on the end because it was short circuiting a little bit.
Oh no, we love Boeing. I love you guys. I don't want any of you guys taken out.
That's true. That's true. So it was she's a marketing genius. She's incredibly talented. I mean, the hooks that she is able to put together on 11 albums is pretty stupid. And it was awesome, dude. 3.5, huh?
How many writers does she have? She doesn't write all of her songs.
She writes most of her stuff.
She writes most of it, yeah.
Yeah, she writes most of it. But like, the hooks are stupid, bro. It's 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. 8 o'clock.
Hookiest song is
11:30.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
It's a good one. I have
we got to just stop this conversation. Stop.
I like Cruel Summer.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this on hate week.
Let's rewind. And who brought this up? What did you do, Scoop Friday? You knew exactly what you did.
I didn't know he was going to go. We talked about it for 5 minutes.
I talk about things. You asked me questions.
I would have gone off more about bourbon in Louisville.
And if I would have stopped it, it was good. I had fun. You would have given me beep because I didn't talk about what you asked me about.
I was just going to give you the dementia speech. I was like, which one of us is falling for the dementia trap first? Is that guy? He won't remember. Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Oh my God.
It was the loudest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Really?
Not her, the people.
Just the
people. Like,
you know,
to
what
the
the
point
loudest...
my ears stopped working. My ears shut off. It was so loud.
The old Miami Arena.
Never had that experience.
A Y100 Jam Fest, and this is a true story. And the loudest I ever heard anything, other than the UF game when Toast and I, when you were there, and Devin Hester housed it for the you couldn't hear yourself scream. The only other time it was that loud was at this Y100 Jam. And it was when Diddy got on stage.
I was gonna say, I knew you were going there.
Oh no! How did you know it was going there? I didn't even know it was going there.
I don't know. I knew it was panties. Cellulite and pubic hair. I mean, I knew Diddy was coming out.
Pubic hair.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. Yeah, but that was like a Diddy party.
It was a Diddy. You never want to be at a Diddy party.
No.
You think you're getting plus money on him ever seeing the light of day?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
Better money.
Maybe through a really small window.
Really thin, small window. Yeah.
He could be like the people in, I don't know what country this is, where the girls go by and they moon the prisoners.
No, I don't even
know that place.
That should be pretty much any country.
No, yeah, but there's like this. I don't know. I saw it. I'd seen it a while ago, and it just popped up on something. But there's literally prisoners in this prison, and they have windows, the long, tall, skinny windows.
Yeah.
And there's a sidewalk like just outside the yard, and women go by, and they flash and they moon the prisoners who just stand there and watch.
So
I don't know. I'm just saying what I saw.
Myself and the wife, like 20 years ago, might have had to go to the lockup up there in Pompano to visit a possible relative at one point in time. And Jen walking up, they were just whistling at her and just yelling things right through those windows, right up there at the one right off of 95. Yep. Or the turnpike.
Tony's seen that before.
Yeah.
Now we know where the audio comes from. Fantastic.
All right. Should we go to
a football game when he did that? Come on.
Should we get Hate Week underway?
Let's go.
Fight 72. Fight 8.
Let's go.
Boys. I mean, it's almost cruel, but let's just so the first things first. Let's just go ahead and get this fun little nugget that we all just learned together about 15 minutes off. We have a nice little sponsor called Underdog Fantasy that we're going to get to in a little while. The Miami game we can't bet on this week, the player props, because it's an offense-based thing, and FSU's offense is so absolutely pitiful, they won't even throw it up there, so we can't even bet on the Miami game because FSU sucks so bad. So just before you start doing predictions, that's where Vegas is.
Okay. Vegas is at 19.5 open. I don't know what it's at now.
It's over 20, I believe.
Yeah. So you have the number one offense in the country, the number one offense in the country, going up against FSU, Florida State. We know who they are, who has the second worst offense of the country. And we're talking 129 teams between the two of them. Numbers don't lie. Like, I understand it's a rivalry game. I get it. They'll be amped up, and that's fine. But it won't take long. These two teams are so vastly different in terms of talent and ability. This isn't even an App State Michigan scenario.
I took some time before the show and I put together a student of the game preview, Florida State versus Duke, which are our two next opponents. Go over to the Orange Bowl Boys channel and check that out. And about 1 minute, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life at a clip, because Florida State botched a kick, right? A field goal so bad. And when I watched it back, the place kicker, he basically grabs the ball. It's a little high. He panics. And he puts his left hand right in front of where the ball is, and the kicker kicks his hand. And I'm just like, Florida State never changed, but yes, they come in limping badly. You turn on that film, and it's just an absolute abysmal state that they're in, and I cannot believe that they were 12-0. Probably like not that long ago. It was a few months ago. That team is 12-0, riding the curtain.
13 games. 13.
Oh yeah, they won the ACC championship game as well. That's right. ACC championship game. They're 13-0. They're riding the coattails. They're so flippant that they're telling the ACC where to go shove it. And look at where you are now. They look dysfunctional at best. We've been watching all year long at the Orange Bowl Boys student of the game, and that team, and Scoop alluded to it, and I'll close with this, they are that bad for a reason. They are that bad.
They average 15 points a game. 15 points a game. The only team that's worse than them is at like 13.7. I can't remember. Houston. We have a problem.
I got some Gaddis vibes. I really did. It just looked fraudulent. I'm like, what are they doing? I don't even know.
It's
what
the same
doing.
coach, by the way. It's the same guy.
It's remarkably vast along the offensive line in particular too, because that's where I felt like there was a glaring discrepancy, because things that they were falling victim to, I really haven't seen Miami fall victim to all year. You know, some of their simulated pressure fronts, they're coming from one side. A guy comes in clean, little easy stunt. I mean, Miami was victimized to stunts all throughout that Gaddis era. It's like we had no idea what we're doing along the offensive line. They got some talent pieces. They got a couple guys, linebackers who can run quick, but ultimately, when you kind of have that ineptitude at offense, we've seen that happen, right? The defense could come spirited for so long, but then when they have zero faith in your offense to do anything, it's just going to permeate the other side of the building, and it just looks bad. Just does. But
I'm an old sports fan. And everything says that when you have this matchup, records are thrown out the window. That's the old saying. Just throw it all out the window. It's a rivalry game. They've been playing since Pop Warner. This is boom, boom. This, you forget all that nonsense, and you want to, be cognizant of that. But man, watching them against Duke and just this whole season. And I'll be honest, I actually, I was at first when they brought, was it Chromachek or the next guy?
Freshman? Yeah.
The freshman brought him in. I was like, all right, maybe this will kind of spark something. I think he's better than the other guy. This is the guy that started. But I mean, is this a situation where we make a true freshman making his first start? Look, is he going to get the start, or is it going to be Brock Glenn?
I think the freshman gets the start. I don't know. I mean, I will say that,
do we
he
make
threw
him
the
look
ball
good?
pretty decent. He threw the ball pretty well.
He did.
They had some drops, but you got to catch the ball too. I've never seen them this bad. I mean, I watched Rowe dove in a little bit and gave you a student of the game against Duke. I've never seen FSU's offense look this poor. In the game they won, they won win. The game they won, they scored 16 points. That was a game they won.
that was against Cal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same offense that he's been running. So is it? I mean, it's the quarterback, right? I mean, that's the difference.
And no, it is different. It has morphed. It seems like they're running more zone this year. Last year they were more like a gap team running they counted us right out of the building last time they were at home, and they're that. I just don't think they feel confident with their offensive line to run that scheme. They still can get a little creative in the screen game, but again, kudos to Manny Diaz. He showed a lot of things on film that the University of Miami can borrow on defense, and that's not by no means a stretch of the imagination. Is our defense the strength of our team right now? We're an offense-driven team, but Toast, it's the same guy, but it just looks dysfunctional. I can't begin to fathom how it went from 13-0 to this. Obviously, Jordan Travis, I think, is the biggest catalyst there, right? You had that kind of a guy. But we've kind of seen this before. Where, remember Dino Babers? Dino would just have this one good team. It would beat Clemson. It might be 10-2, might be 9-3. And then Dino Babers would just be terrible for 3 more years until he had that super senior team and a good quarterback. And then he would do it again. And then I just think that's what we're looking at about Mike Norvell. If the planetary alignment is that good, like all the Milky Way galaxy, whatever other galaxies that Elon Musk just found lined up in a row, that's what it takes for the Florida State Seminoles to be good under Mike Norvell, because you can't explain it any other way, seeing how bad they've become. Bad.
That's as if Miami were to run this out for a while, Cam leaves, and then all of a sudden we go from 50 points a game to 15 points a game and can't win anything, can't get out of our own way, can't run the ball, don't have a quarterback who can throw the ball. That's literally what we're witnessing, because you had Jordan Travis lighting it up. He gets hurt. They still win by the skin of their teeth in a couple games. Defense was a lot better than they are this year. They had a couple wide receivers. But that's like us then turning around next year and starting 1-6. I know we're supposed to say it's a rivalry game. I got to be honest with you. It's the first year I've ever thought it means absolutely nothing.
Well, Scoop, that's an interesting point. But the one thing I'm going to I expect us to roll in this game. We're going to win convincingly. And you're looking at, okay, we're 7-0. We could be 8-0. Now, you were thinking at the beginning of the season, if you're week 8, week 9, that range, you're going to have 2 teams that play. One's undefeated, one has 1 loss. You're thinking automatically, ooh, this Miami-Florida State is a primetime matchup. Bring on game day. This is it. This is it, Miami. Get ready. Dolly, bring out Pitbull, Gloria Stefan. I don't care. J-Lo and her 7 rings, right? I don't care. They're all showing up, except they're not. Because Florida State is abysmal. And thank you, Manny Diaz, because you're likely going to be the team that's coming in at 7-1, and we'll have an 8-0, 7-1 huge matchup.
They ain't beating SMU.
No, could be. Either way, that's going to be your primetime matchup next week when the University of Miami plays in the Manny Bowl.
Bro, the watching that game in Louisville, gotta make sure I was saying it right now. Yeah,
that's right.
Is that how they say it? Louisville?
Louisville. It's almost like your tongue like goes limp or whatever. Yeah, we were watching it in a bar, and man, the one thing we were saying in that fourth quarter was this is why Manny drives you crazy, because he goes so conservative, man. They almost blew that game. They almost let FSU back into that game in the second half and steal a win, because he just clammed up. It was like, this is why we got rid of him. This is why we got rid of him. Listen, there's gonna be some major people there. All right, go ahead, bro.
No, what I was gonna say though, while watching both of those offenses, Duke and Florida State, coming off of what we just witnessed against Braum brings it, man. That offense, like this to me was both steps down, right? I just felt like, this offense is nowhere near what we just faced. No. And we got gashed up for a reason. Braum's the real deal. You're going to still have to show up on Saturdays. Don't get me wrong, but offensively, I think it does not look like, remember he got Rhett Lashley, I think, quarterback coach to run his plays. And that is not a Rhett Lashley offense by no stretch of the imagination.
We've got some big time, obviously tons of recruits are going to be at this game on Saturday, but some committed big time possible flips like DJ Pickett, Solomon Thomas, the inside offensive lineman from FSU, Jarquez Carter, Ben Hanks Jr., the cornerback that's committed to Florida. Folks saying all of these are legit flips for Mario because he is relentless.
He's absolutely relentless. And I think that's when Cam Ward does ride off into the sunset, into his grandeur and exceptionalism. I think that's why Mario's going to be able to keep it from dropping off as drastic as Florida State is, which is not very hard at this point, because the simple fact of the matter is he recruits, right? He recruits. He's going to make sure that the cupboards aren't doing with that. It's not going to be a gun for hire situation. He'll know what he'll need to do. And I feel confident with Mario Cristobal moving forward in that regard. Like, dude, he'll recruit. He'll flip. We'll get flips at it. It'll be Mario's gymnastic company coming here soon. He'll flip some people. For sure.
Fine, but we need defensive backs in a serious way.
Safety.
Really, really, really badly. We are really deficient on that side of the ball in that position. Look, Pickett and Hanks, if they can do it, they can come in and start, week 1, to be honest with you. So
I did a student of the game after the Louisville game. Let me just tell you the amount of conversations I've had with people when I do a clip and I don't say a single word. There was a clip this week where I did it and I didn't say a single word. I did not on purpose. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't pick on kids. I don't pick on kids.
We have plenty more to get to regarding that subject. Also, why the Canes seem to be stuck at number 6 and can't move. Some other issues. But first, we got to talk about our friends at Underdog Fantasy. So last week we went 1-1. This is where you go higher or lower on your favorite players for props. So we are plus 33.97 last week. So we are plus 274.56 on the season. We won the 2-teamer. That was the FSU Duke game. We lost our game. We only hit one of them. That was X getting a touchdown. The kicker didn't get 2 field goals against us.
And X had his touchdown too. We got hosed on a
Cam was like 5 yards lower or something.
Yeah, he was just lower than his yards total. So this week, here we go. We got 2 games going for you. First game is going to be the Thursday night ACC game. All right. So this is going to be Pitt and Syracuse. We are going with Kanata Mumpfield higher than a half rush receiving touchdown. And for all you Miami fans, Arande Gadsden II, lower than 71.5 receiving yards. We're putting $25 on that. That is a champions bet. And then the next game will be a 3-player bet. And we're going with the UCF and BYU game. So BYU's quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, we're going higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. UCF's RJ Harvey, higher than a half rush receiving touchdown. And our old friend, Jakari Brown, lower than 72.5 rushing yards. We're putting 25 on that one as well. And you can go ahead and take advantage of Underdog Fantasy. Join over 5 million fans that are already playing on Underdog. With their champs game, you can win money by making entries with your favorite players. You can win up to $1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats like passing yards, interceptions, touchdowns, and much more. It's currently Boostober on Underdog, where a promo play Boostober on Underdog. There we go. I got you. I'm a little bit slow sometimes. From now until October 27th, you can boost your profit on all NBA entries. Opening night right now by 20%. Underdog is the best place to play champion, so sign up and deposit now using promo code ORANGE to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today to use code ORANGE, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, use that promo code ORANGE to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Select higher or lower on your favorite players and cash in on Underdog.
Legal.
Must be 18 or older. 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 or older in Colorado for some games. 21 and older in Massachusetts and Arizona. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Damn.
Now back to the OBBs.
Strike friggin' one, dude.
Strike freaking one, dude.
All right, boys. So let's talk about something here.
Okay.
Miami Hurricanes are 7-0.
See.
Been got basically the number one offense in the land.
See.
All of a sudden, though, they seem to be stuck at number 6 in the rankings. Now we got what, 3 one-loss teams ahead of us?
Yep.
So, how you guys feeling about that?
I made a comment earlier on social, and it got a lot of traction. So it's just based off 2 things. I really feel the reason why we're not in the top 5 is 2 reasons. We don't have an SEC patch, because if we did, we would be the number 1 team in the country. And number 2, because of our defense. The defense rests, Your Honor. That's legitimately what it is. If you have 50-30, 50-20, and it's that convincing, I just don't think there's big purchasers of our defense right now. And that's why we are where we are. It is.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, there was a tweet by BTB. Hold on.
Oh,
You have an opinion, Toast?
Yeah. So my thought is on this, and I understand what you guys are saying. I know exactly where you're going to be going with that BTB tweet. On my flip side is, I get that the defense has not looked great, but there's still, and I understand that even though they're still ranked, I think in the top, 30 or something like that. They don't really kind of look like they're that good. But here's my thing. Name me a defense that's stopping this offense. I mean, this offense has outscored everyone they've played. Why does anyone think that's going to stop? Who's going to stop this offense? I understand you may score plenty on the defense. Who's going to stop the offense? Because the offense will outscore you. They outscore you every single week, and we have the best quarterback and the best offense. So who's stopping that? Like, I get that the defense has issues. Who's stopping the offense? Because maybe Georgia, maybe, but they sure as hell didn't stop Alabama in the first half of that game. I know they've turned it around a little bit. That's the only team that I can think maybe could stop this offense. And if that's the case,
compelling argument.
No, it's compelling, but I think Roe's right. I mean, there's no SEC patch on there. That jersey doesn't have that, and if they did, they would be number 1 in the country.
You could thank for that, especially because, it's not revisionist history; it's just recent history. There was an ACC team that was 13-0 against ACC competition, and next thing you know, they dropped their quarterback, and next thing you know, they got blasted by a Georgia. So you want to know why our ACC patch isn't meaningful as the SEC patch? Because we haven't won it in a little bit, and Florida State just proved them right.
Yeah, I'm going to read this to you. BTB tweeted this yesterday. Miami covers the spread on the road at Louisville in front of a sellout. It's a bad win. Miami sucks. Notre Dame beats Louisville by 7 at home, and it's a great win. Miami beats UF by 28 at Florida. It's a bad win. UF sucks. Tennessee beats UF in OT at home. It's a great win.
There's a narrative.
But it's the truth, though. That's the truth. Like I tweeted out from the account. I said, you better keep winning because you keep winning, you're going to stay at 6, and that's fine. You'll stay at 6. If you lose once, you're at 23.
Right.
Okay, when you're 10 or 12, you realize that wrestling wasn't real, right? It wasn't. Okay, then you got into like your 30s and you got into your age and you're like, ooh, this mainstream media thing, maybe they're not as truthful. Maybe they got some agendas too. And then you're coming into the realization the SEC is just fabricated as anything else. They're just a hype machine. What it doesn't. He's absolutely right. Should the University of Miami be in the top 5? Of course. If I knew they had an SEC patch, they'd be the number 1 team in the country. And if everybody we played had an SEC patch, those are great wins. He absolutely 1,000% means it. But what's behind it? Why is this happening? There's so much money in the SEC, and ESPN's not going to let their little darling baby go away anytime soon.
They also post how all the AP voters vote. Everyone now has us in the top 9 except for one guy who has us at 11 still. Mike Lev from the Arizona Daily Star. He has Indiana at 7, us at 11. And he has a bias towards the Gators, apparently. I don't know what his connection is to them, but yeah. Everyone else has us in the top 9. He's still got us at 11.
Miami is, after 7 weeks of play, relevant again. Not back, but relevant. And there was a dormant gene that was passed on from grandpappies to daddies that said, you must hate the Miami Hurricanes. That's what that was right there. Yeah, Indiana. Okay. Gotcha.
So, I don't know.
Look, everybody there. If you're not a Miami fan, you want Miami to lose so badly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what you would like for Christmas is for Miami to lose, so everyone would just shut up about the Miami Hurricanes because it's driving everyone nuts. And that's what it used to do. It used to piss everybody off. We think it's great. We're having a good time.
But I find it ironic. I find it ironic, Scoop, because you go back to the Cotton Bowl with my favorite all-time Miami Hurricane, at least on the offensive side, Randall Hill. He's going out the back of the end zone doing his little shooters against Texas. We had over 200 yards of offense. They hated us because everybody hated us. The refs hated us. They hate us today because the refs love us. Everybody hates us because all the calls go to the University of Miami Hurricanes. It's all home cooking. It's just so funny. You just invent new ways to hate the Hurricanes. You'll never be able to hide your bias. It's okay. It's in your DNA, but we laugh. We enjoy it. We embrace it. It's our cape. Stop it.
All
By
right,
the way,
so
to Toast's point, real quick, Georgia is not top 10 in any category in total defense, by the way. Number 1 team in total defense through week 8 is Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas
Number
isn't
2,
stopping Cam.
Number 2 is Ohio State.
Yeah, they're not either.
Number 3 is Northern Illinois. Number 4 is Tennessee. Number
Seriously,
5
man.
is Minnesota.
Row the boat.
Hey, row the boat. They're
There we
back
go.
in it, huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck back in the
Looks
house.
like a Gap model.
He had a couple of years off there.
He did. He
He's a
still
Gap
got the
model.
tie and the shiny bald head.
Yeah, he definitely wears bikini briefs too. He just looks like that dude.
That's pretty wild to me. Tennessee at 4.
Defensively,
Considering they've got Nico and the talent they've got on offense, and
I'm a big Nico fan.
look, a lot of people pick them to do really, really well because an offense should be prolific. Should be. The last 3 weeks, they've scored 0 points in the first half.
And honestly, I'm going to be honest, as much as a big fan as I am of Nico, I watched that game against Alabama. It shouldn't have been close. He missed so many shots.
Yes, so many throws.
He missed so many throws. He's just he needs to like take his arm, his rifle to the range and have the gunsmith look at it and just attenuate the sights just a little bit because he's a little off, man. Balls are just flying out of his hand. He could spin it, man. He could still spin it, but it's a little inaccurate right now. I think it's leading to their woes.
All right, you guys, I want to hit anything else before we get into our breakdowns, 3 keys to the game and stuff
Keys
like
to the
that?
game.
Well, actually, hold on. Actually,
Wow.
there's something I want to get into. Yeah, because we do have the Miami win probabilities.
Okay.
Now versus the preseason. Right now, we are 90. This is the ESPN computer, AI, whatever the hell it is. Right now, we are 91% to beat Florida State. Preseason, 41. We are 90% to beat Duke. Preseason, 74. We're 72% to beat Georgia Tech, 61% in the preseason. That's our close. ESPN, that's our closest game left is Georgia Tech on the road. We're 95% to beat Wake Forest. Preseason was 82. And we are 82% to beat Syracuse. Preseason, it was 70.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's the Cam Ward effect.
It's the offense.
That's all it is. Hey, the guy's, you know, it's like one of those things where you, some things are so certain that no matter what you say, there's no jinxing it. There's just a certainty about certain things. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, you know, they had a chance to lift the curse of the poo, the dog shit curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was faked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was?
It was faked.
Your team's going to be trash forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know it was fake. What
Trying
was
to
it?
fool the voodoo woman? Mm-mm.
The kid came
Turned
out.
out to be ice cream, I think.
Yeah, kid came out and posted this week. I want to be clear about the video I posted on October 19th. Over the past few days, I've received backlash for the shock and discomfort that the video brought to so many people. I feel the need to clarify this video is staged for humor, and it is fake. The intent of the video was to bring attention to the unhoused community in Tallahassee and raise money to help. Shut up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's got his own legal
Oh
Zoom
my
department.
God.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
$45. Hey, I need a legalese statement.
I mean,
Thanks,
so
bud.
FSU fans can't even like point to, the lifting of the dog shit curse. It didn't even happen.
Didn't happen.
All right, boys. So
He mocked it, actually. It's a double whammy. No whammy, no whammy.
Stop.
Bang.
three keys to the
On a
game.
dog crap whammy.
Keys to the game. Who's going first this week?
Not me. Not me. I'm not doing it again. I'm not allowing you guys to put me in that spot.
Yes, I am.
No, I'm not. I have not done. I've done the same amount of show prep for this week as I did last week.
So I looked it up on my phone.
All right. Okay. I'll
Go,
bat in the
bro.
leadoff spot. Unlike you, I did my show prep. Q Mufasa. My key number one is remember who you are. You're the number one team in the country, right? They are not. But remember what they did. The last time you played them and they were on your home turf, they won 45-3. I know they're bad, but the University of Miami must come in with the bigger chip on their shoulder. If they do, if they take this game personal, it is going to end rightfully so on that Saturday. Number two, Total Recall. Yeah, you make me wish I had three hands, baby. No, but I'm talking about Mike Norvell is kind of a low-key, he's a thief. He's going to go ahead and use plays that were successful against you with other teams, and he's going to use it to his advantage. So, University of Miami, why don't you look this year at all the big plays you gave up on defense? You might be there a little while, but pay attention because you might see them again on Saturday. Time to have Total Recall. And number three, it's the hunt for Red October. Yes, except this submarine is your defense, and it's missing. So what do you need to do? Speaking of submarines, you need to think of a sub package. Maybe that middle linebacker is not as fast sideline to sideline when they bring in their speedier running back. Maybe that safety is taking some bad angles and he's not the best fit in run support. So you know what you can do. Maybe find some sub packages for those guys. Find the Red October. And remember, things on this boat don't react well to bullets. Those are my three keys.
Great. So I'll go run the ball, stop the run, and score more points.
Bang.
Okay. I'll go belt to ass on
how
offense,
am I supposed? How are you supposed to
belt
do
to ass
anything?
on special
I mean,
teams.
the guy puts together. It's like he's doing it for a week. He's been preparing this thing, so he's so prepared. I give you nothing.
No, listen. This has been fun because I just
He just wants the video. He wants the damn video. That's all he wants. Yeah.
yeah.
He wants the video with Sean Connery in it and all this shit.
Yeah, like
That's all
I'm
he
just
wants.
trying to get on first, second, and third, and I'm just like, come on, Jenners, hit a bomb.
There you go.
Hit a bomb, Jenners. Clear
Gave
it,
it all
clear.
to him.
Juan Soto this. Juan Soto this. Get us into the World Series. Let's go.
All right. So what are our scores?
Hey, we'll get to that at the end.
We'll
get to that at the end. That's right.
In fact,
we
here,
get to
let's
that
do
at
this. Let's we've got AIOBB.
Oh Jesus!
They are back this week for Hate Week.
Oh God!
Oh no!
They have some Underdog fantasy style over-unders for you guys.
Jesus!
And of course, they opened with some kind of huge rock anthem for FSU week. So here you go.
The storm's coming, better hide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to ride. Miami crew coming fierce and strong, ready to prove you entirely wrong. The echoes in the stadium rise with each slam and each surprise. Hurricanes bringing the heat, FSU taking a backseat.
Welcome to Hate Week on the AI Orange Bowl, boys.
Hey, look, Toast is back from Louisville, and at least AI Toast is sober. Real Toast is still running on bourbon fumes and Pepto.
All right, boys, are you ready for Hate Week? We got the Noles this weekend at Hard Rock, and I'd really like Mario and Cam to do their best to embarrass them in prime time.
Honestly, if you think about it, either of those kids on Twitter deciding to eat a cup full of stanky dog poop might end up being the highlight of their season as Florida State fans.
Okay, I have an idea.
Lord help us.
Hey, look, I'm at least doing a little more show prep than Real Scoop.
Sadly, this is true.
We're going to play a little Underdog fantasy style higher or lowers for the Florida State Seminoles this season.
Oh, I like it. Let's go.
Okay. According to FPM, the Noles only have a 7% chance to beat the Canes this Saturday. Higher or lower? Go ahead, real life. OBBs, you can play along at home.
I'm going lower.
Yeah, me too. Lower.
Bingo. They only have a 5.2% chance of winning this game.
There's also only a 5.2% chance that Mike Norvell doesn't get cucked by his wife after Mario hangs a 50 burger on him.
We are so classy.
Number 2, FSU has only scored 100 points through 7 games so far this season. Higher or lower?
Ooh. I'm not sure. I'm going to say a touch higher.
Lower. They suck donkey balls.
Point goes to Roman. They've scored 107 points through 7 games.
I've never been happier to celebrate extreme mediocrity.
That's also the new subtitle of this podcast. The Orange Bowl Boys, an extremely mediocre Hurricanes podcast.
Love those positive reviews, Toast. Thanks, buddy. Okay, last one. Higher or lower? Passing touchdowns or interceptions so far this season for the Noles.
Oh, that's another good one. I'm going to say picks.
Oh, my God. Definitely picks. I was walking into Publix last week and accidentally picked off DJ Uli's stats.
Winners across the board. 6 passing touchdowns and 9 picks for the Seminoles so far this season.
Yikes.
So what have we learned today?
That if we lose, we're all taking Roman's hump happy French Bulldogs for a walk. Because I've got 3 red Solo cups with our names on them.
As always, go Canes.
Let's go.
Bange.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
my goodness.
Toast.
Yeah. Wasn't me.
Well, I'm not so sure. You might want to have a conversation with that guy.
Well.
I think Ro had to go on the call.
Ro just
I can't be a part of this. Yeah, that's it.
Bailed. I didn't even hear the bell go off. He was like, you know what? I'm just before we get fully DQ'd here. That was heavy. That was heavy.
That one line, man. The rest of it was okay. That one line, though. I was like, do I cut this? Or I'm going to leave it in. Screw it.
Yeah, no, I think it's great you left it in. Yeah,
this
there's
is great. Is it
no one's going to misconstrue that in any way. All right, we use this moment.
Can I give you this though, real quick too?
Oh,
I do love. No. I do love that AI Roman decided to make Tony Romo noises in the middle of the pick.
Ooh.
It's very Tony Romo.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, look at you.
He must have put that in.
The AI was listening to last week's show, apparently.
I guess.
All right, let's use this moment to talk about our friends at Paul Bange Roofing.
That's a great idea.
981 Roof.
Yeah, it is 981 Roof, and it's no matter what county you're in. It's 561. It's not 54. It's 305. 981 Roof. And let me tell you something. It's rainy season. It doesn't stop raining, which means it's also blue tarp season. Blue tarps everywhere. I've got a couple in my neighborhood. Now my neighborhood's about 20 years old, so it's about that time. A little bit of rain, a lot of bit of leaks. So they do a ton of repairs. Repair is a huge part of their business, not just re-roofs in total, but repairs. They'll do any repair, small, large, re-roof, anything you want. Again, 954-561-305-981 roof. And who do you call? Who do you call, Toast?
I'm Paul.
Hey, you give him a call. Bange.
There we go. Also, we've got Manscaped, and we've got our good friends at Miami Hurricane Team Stores. We got some promo codes, people. Oh, well, look at who's back.
Hey, you just missed your spot.
Just in time. You just missed your spot.
981 roof.
Yeah.
Hey, the sister did call and say, hey, do you know a roofer? Of course I know, little sister. It's Paul Bange.
There you go.
So if you need gear for the game this weekend, you're heading on down, then you go to Miami Hurricane Team Store. MiamiHurricaneTeamStore.com, HTS.com, and it is down there in Coral Gables. Use promo code OBB24. You're going to get yourself 20% off whatever you order online. Or if you go in person, you can also throw that promo code out, and they'll use it right there at the cash register. Get 20% off. Go ahead, buy everything. They got all of the latest gear down. Awesome selection of hats as well. Then you use that same promo code OBB, when you go to Manscaped. You're also going to get 20% off. So you can get some awesome gear, and then you can get some great accoutrement to make your balls and testes all smell good, so that you'll smell great at the Rock on Saturday evening.
Because you need to smell good, because that team's going to stank like ass. So we need to like cover up the stench.
Well, you know what? Oh my God. Everybody should, if there was only time for everyone to buy some crop reviver, they could bring it into the stadium and just start misting the place. And that way, with just the Manscaped crop reviver.
Yeah.
Reviver. Yeah. All right. Scoop, you got some BTB action for us?
Working on it. Yeah. So
Okay.
we got, what I did see? I did see it's an orange out on Saturday night.
It is.
Orange tops.
Mm-hmm.
Orange tops, white bottoms. So everybody wore orange. Everybody wore orange.
I got a question for you.
You know what I will say? I forgot to mention this about Friday night. Talking about being able to read the room, right? So Taylor Swift, she always wears different outfits, and she's got all these people trying to guess what outfit she's going to wear, what color top, what color bottom, da. For the 1989 era, she comes out and she's in a sequence, which is kind of her thing for this particular era. I can't remember what color the top was. Let's say it was an orange top, green bottoms, a green shoe, an orange shoe, and a green microphone. And everyone's like, hey! That was part of that was like, well done, right? Then everyone has these wristbands, and they have light stuff on them, and they're all synced to that big sound booth down there with all this fancy stuff, to where they're playing stuff, and the whole sections, green, orange, green, orange, green, and to the music, it's all green, and the whole damn thing was Canes. You know what that means? That's orange top, green bottom. See? Look at that. See that? You know what that means? Just so everybody knows, the Canes run this town. That's the way it goes. Everything is back to normal, as it should be. Beatingthebookie.com is where you get your packages. It's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, full seasons. NHL is popping. Soccer's popping. NFL, NCAA, football. He went 2-0 last week in the free plays. Did you guys know that?
I did know that.
2-0. So we're going to get you a couple more free plays at Beating the Bookie, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. He'll get you some free plays there. He always drops stuff there. So let's get to his free plays of the week. Two of them. We have Indiana, the number 7 team in the country, apparently, -6.5. Indiana -6.5 for 1 unit. And BYU is an underdog. BYU is an underdog
at the bounce house
at UCF. BYU +1.5.
Okay.
UCF almost took down Iowa State last week. They were so close.
BYU needed every second to get past Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's not good at all.
You know what everybody says about BYU?
Not very good.
They're awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
We were totally
the toughest schedule.
You're going with the LSU thing back in the day.
Slammy, Samsonite. Wow, we were
awesome.
We were way off.
So I had people coming up to me at the tailgate before the game, and some of us are reminiscing about the first episode we ever did.
Ooh.
And they were like, what was that episode? I was like, yeah, man, that was right before we took on LSU at Jerry's World. And one of the dudes goes, yeah,
Right
man,
after.
LSU just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
They know the
That's right.
reference.
They know.
You were listening to the first one. Yeah, you were listening to the
Oh,
first
and the
one.
irony of
That was
saying
right
LSU is
after. It
not
was
very
right
good.
after that game.
Yeah, right after, right, with the recap.
Right
of that
after
game.
the game.
Yeah.
I remember
Not
I was
very
in
good.
Scotland. Woke up in Scotland, look at the score at 3 a.m. It was 31-3. Went right back to sleep. I was like, well, this is
Some
not
things
good.
never change. Some things will never change.
Oh,
No, this is not good.
It was
Until
not good.
Mario gets here.
Until
All right, before we
Mario
get into
gets here,
picks,
and now
yes.
things have changed.
Yes. Well, listen, remember, you know, they're passing around that quote from a couple of years ago, talking about how Norvell was gonna, you know, lay it up on him and say, hey, listen, you know, they're gonna do what they got to do, but it's gonna come back around.
Listen, yeah, that's bulletin board material, not for them, for us. But let me ask you a question, just real quick question. On a good year, it's probably 60-40 in that place, right? 60% Hurricane fans, 70% Hurricane fans, 30 to 40% FSU. What is it going to be this year because of their season? What do you think the split's going to be?
80-20.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't think people are going to want to go to that. Like, I don't feel as though this is like, hey, we've got a chance. We should go down there. We got a chance. I know like
That's willingly
these
going
people-
to a root canal.
yeah, these
for them.
people don't want to go to this. I said
Willingly
it
going
last
to
week.
get
I
your
think
balls
it's they got the Bethune-Cookman corner. That's it. That's just
willingly
put them over
wanting
there in the corner.
herpes. Yeah, it's all that. And I think they're going to avoid it. 80-20. I like that, Toast.
All right, let's do some Wheel of Football.
Ooh, let's start with 24/7 getting hacked.
Oh, yes.
They put this out on their Instagram. There was a graphic and everything. The post was Quinn Ewers is going to sit out the rest of the season to prepare for the NFL draft, and that went everywhere. And then they had to come out after the fact and go, all right, somebody got into our Instagram. We did not post this. It's been elevated to Paramount Security. Paramount.
What do you think their password was? Rival sucks 32.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bite me on 3. It's probably not that hard.
But at first, everybody was like, well, I get it. And then there was, oh, no, it's fake. Yeah, no.
Didn't he come back into the game, though?
Yeah, they benched
They
him and
did.
brought him back in.
But this is going to happen at some point. Like this is good. Like at some point that post is going to happen and it's going to be 100% accurate. Not for Quinn Ewers, but at some point in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, a playoff bound quarterback is going to opt out.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened last year once Florida State was kind of eliminated. They were just like, they dropped like flies. I was like,
And that was after the quarterback that was hurt and all that. But I mean, like you're going to see like he's just going to sit out to prep for the draft.
Oh,
instead of going to the playoffs.
You don't think? Oh,
I don't know.
Snoop, you don't think so?
I don't know. That's really jumping. That's teetering on.
You don't think we're
blasphemy.
headed there?
I don't think so. I think with a kid that has a chance to win a national championship,
To be one of the 12. What if you're the AAC quarterback and you're going to open up on the road at Georgia? And your advisors are like, bro, you've had an amazing year. They have you as a end of the first round guy. No, you're going to get destroyed.
that's
Like, I
different.
mean-
you said
Playoff bound quarterback.
no. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I really don't.
Yeah, because here's the
Okay,
situation.
NFL
So
teams are
if
going to be
it's-
looking
if
at you
Georgia,
like, are you kidding me?
if Georgia's that good, they have a bye. So that means you're not facing them in the first round, right? That means you're facing them in
You're facing an
potentially the
SEC
second.
team.
You're facing not
No
yeah, it's tough.
way.
It's tough. It's
In
tough.
the playoffs, you're going to sit out the playoffs?
I'm
Those-
teetering more scoop side here.
How can you say
bro, you're
no?
on.
We have
you're
seen
on
everything about
pink
college
cocaine,
football
bro.
has
There's
been
no
blown up.
chance. That's
Where do you get pink cocaine
way.
from?
Because
the
the guy from One Direction had it when he jumped off the balcony or
I
something.
saw that. That was awful. Jeez,
Yeah.
thanks for going morbid on us.
Well, I mean, I said he jumped. I
But
didn't say he
seriously,
fell.
college football, all the rules have been blown up. You think that this is now out of the realm of
Yes,
possibility
I think
in
that's
3 to 5
out of the realm.
years?
I do. I think a
Wow.
starting quarterback that is in the playoffs is not going to sit to prepare for the draft. No way.
Okay.
No way. No way.
There's a better chance it's probably some fourth string wide receiver who's not getting playing times. Like I'm sitting out for the drafts than the starting QB.
I'd love to think that you guys
And
are
you'd
accurate, but
he
I
would
don't think
that-
so, man.
That person would never get drafted.
Only takes one team. Quarterback in the
needs to-
NFL,
because you don't
baby.
have-
He only needs to win that once. We have to win 12 times every week. You know what I'm saying? There's 12 playoff teams, so we got to make sure. So
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I don't
All
think
right.
so. I mean, I think everyone's gonna look at him like that's not a dog. That's not an alpha.
100%. I agree with
Quit
that.
because you want to go what? You want to go work out on the beach?
Kyler Murray, who just went number 1 overall in the draft. What
Yeah,
was his
okay.
name? Yeah, that guy. He painted his nails and jumped in the crowd and cried.
Yeah, he
not
cried with
Caleb
his mama.
Williams, yes.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb
Yeah.
Williams. They picked him first overall. Maybe Toast is onto something.
But here's the
He
thing:
didn't sit out.
you guys are putting it through the perspective of a football player. Toast's point is there's only a matter of time before one of these kids' agents and business people convince them this is the best business decision for them to make.
Like, I have a guarantee you're going to go at 15, man. Don't screw it up by getting destroyed and blowing out your knee in this game.
I don't like you jumping in
Look
there,
at
Jenners.
Ron
I don't like you jumping in there, Jenners. That didn't help my
How dare I make
spot
a
at
point?
all.
I don't know. I'm the ultimate swing state voter right now. I don't know. It depends on who you.
He's flip flopping. I need to hear your take on the economy. Let's go.
Yes.
I need it. Did you serve
Medicare.
fries this week at McDonald's?
Actually, yeah, I
That's
did.
what
I
need
did.
to
I went to
know.
McDonald's.
Did you go to
No,
McDonald's?
I serve fries at McDowell's.
Oh,
Oh.
that's better.
I did see him. paint over the what was the
Yeah, it's
Nick?
called
I
it
just-
Yeah, the
You
Mick,
said
yeah. So it's
Donald's,
just
yeah.
that was funny.
Dude, I got to tell you, the Donald Trump
It's nuts.
McDonald's memes have been out of control this week.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Long live the internet. Stays
Yes.
undefeated.
It does.
Well,
That
well,
and
while
something
we're
else
at,
I know.
Oh yeah. While we're at Texas, you want to talk about the fact that they got banged $250,000 for the fans throwing trash on the field?
But
And
it
not only
worked.
that, they were literally looking for people who were throwing that because they're suspending their Longhorn privileges, so they're not allowed to go to
They're
games.
not renewing their student
Yeah.
stuff for next year.
Yeah, the SEC wants them to use. Hold on, let me read you the quote because the quote's kind of wild. Use all available resources, including security, stadium, and television video, to identify individuals that threw objects onto the playing field and take appropriate action.
Good. But you got to
Yeah,
shut. You got to
How
shut this
many
stuff
how many
down.
things were thrown onto the field though? Thousands, right?
Yeah.
Like, how
Can't
are you going to find
identify
all
all those
1,000?
kids. You
Oh,
can't.
Yeah,
find
yeah,
them.
we
yeah.
did it. I mean,
When
I
did we
didn't.
throw about?
But at the end of the
What did
Georgia
we-
Tech game,
Mm-hmm.
they threw it.
Yeah.
Everyone was throwing.
Yeah, but there
everything
was
all
like
over the
10
field.
people there.
Yeah.
by
That
then.
was the ACC ref's fault.
They love us now, though.
But here's the thing about that. I mean, we're talking about double standard. Texas fans litter the field. They then pick up the flag.
Mhm.
After the fans, that's like the Tennessee fans not allowing Greg Schiano to come be their coach.
Right?
They
That's
threw
like-
everything they could on the field, and they said, "Oh no, we should. You know what, guys?" And they huddled. We should change this. That you know what? Maybe that was a bad call. Not reviewable, but maybe it was a bad call.
I've never seen that before.
I mean, that's so much more to me than, okay, we littered the field, and yes, you're getting fined. It was a bad call. And they didn't even stick to the fact that they called that. They then overturned the call, picked up the flag, went on about their way. I've never seen, just imagine if that happened down
All
here.
the people. Ooh.
Think
you
about
may
that.
say I'm just a dreamer.
It sets a really bad precedent.
It
A
just
really,
throws
really
you. You don't
bad
like the you don't
Yeah.
like the call. Just throw
Because
as much
now
as
it's
you
like,
can.
oh, you're going to find my school? Fine. I'm just going to throw stuff on the field till you pick the flag up.
Did we throw anything on the field when they overruled the incomplete pass and called it a touchdown against
I
Vatek?
don't believe so.
I don't remember it, but the
I don't
lights
we
were
were
also
too shocked
flashing
to
on or
throw
off.
anything.
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We were too shocked to
We've
throw
been
anything.
celebrating. Remember, the lights have been flashing on and off. We had won.
Yeah. It was
Disoriented.
2001.
Maybe
all
that's
over
the
again.
strategy.
Yeah.
You should take a page from our book. When it's a close call, just start
Right.
flickering the lights. It's like a flashbang. They
Call
won't
the
know
game.
where to throw.
Everyone
Yeah.
just,
What happened?
They won.
I don't know where to
Run off
throw
the
this
field.
bottle.
Just leave, yeah.
hey, just leave, just bounce. Game's
No,
over.
we won.
What are you talking about? Game's over.
The SEC, I think it's because of the call that they reversed it is the reason why SEC's got to get so heavy-handed here because they got to like cut this out before it ever happens because that was the precedent, right? If you don't like the call, keep throwing and throwing and throwing until they change the call. So you have to go ahead and you have to. You have to just cut off the rooster's head right now.
We should just bring up we should just start addressing the bigger issue which is the fact that pretty much across the landscape of college football, the officials suck.
Yeah. Well, they're part-timers. And I, for some reason, I just said that. $1 billion industry. Yeah, I just said that, willy-nilly. I said, you know what? When you got part-time people, you're going to get part-time results. NFL changed that a while back. Those guys were all like attorneys or doctors or something. No, those guys are full-time guys. Those are full-times. I think they changed that. Yeah, I think they changed that to be full-time guys. That's their full-time gig. They're NFL referees, even though it's only that part of the year. Because I'll be honest, they just keep them in school. They do their thing. And I think that's changed. And that's the NFL wanted to kind of get more stringent there. But like these guys are, who the hell knows what they do?
I know Muscle Ed Hockley was a lawyer.
Yeah. His son's a ref now, right?
Yeah, his son he's got guns too.
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Welcome to the Hockley Gun Show. The Hockley Gun Show. Did you see the gun show? Which way is it?
Right, you thinking Macho Man Randy Savage.
I know. Right? That just snuck out.
It sure did. Macho Man showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, brother.
Real quick, did you guys love or hate the Illinois uniforms?
Oh,
I liked them.
Disgusting.
I liked them.
Worst things I've ever seen.
Come on.
I was like them.
They're original. You never seen anything like that.
Like there's a contrarian commando. There he is. There's a contrarian commando. Let's just jump right into this fact that these uniforms are terrible. I love them,
bro. They used to wear leather helmets playing this shit.
It didn't look like leather helmets.
It looked as close as you can with a painted on thing.
They could, as Ro likes to reference, they can drop a rocket out of space and catch it with two toothpicks.
They can't make it look more realistic.
Can't make a helmet look more like a leather helmet than that.
You're going to tell me Taylor Swift has a big ass.
Cricket cutter cut out some stuff and you had her daughters put it on top.
What they should have done was force all of them to wear Guardian caps. That would have made it look like.
Oh, I've seen some of those guys real time wearing Guardian caps.
I'm kind of like
the Tampa game.
Yeah,
Tampa game.
The right tackle.
Yeah.
It's like his whoopee. He doesn't want to give up his safety blanket for that. No, come on, gotta give me the whoopee.
Now hold on a second.
He's coming back from a concussion. So he had the option to wear one. Tua has also been given the option, and he has said no, he's not going to wear it.
Oh my goodness, Tua.
Yeah. You
need to wrap it in like 16 pillows. You need to go out there and look like Lord Helmet from Spaceballs if you were smart, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's so done. He's so toast.
Here's my take on the Tua.
And the bad toast guy, not the good toast guy.
And he did say he loves this game to the death of me, is what he said. This to me feels like speculative scoop. He doesn't know anything. Everyone's like, hey, retire. You've got your family to raise. You've got life after football. He doesn't know what else to do. He doesn't want, not that he doesn't love his wife and his kids, which I'm sure he adores them and loves them tremendously. But he probably doesn't want to spend every waking hour with them. He probably wants to play football. And that's hard for people to understand, that you're going to risk your life, realistically, and your ability to cognitively have quality time with your kids and your wife from here on out. There's a high risk of that. And he's willing to risk it because of how much he loves the game. It's messed up, but it's his choice, and you can't do anything about it. If he's cleared by the medical staff and he's cleared by the doctors, he has the opportunity to make that decision for himself.
Is it prudent? No, but I kind of get what you're saying, Scoop, because listen, he is from a culture that's a very warrior-esque culture. He is a man. He's trying to do his best he can to be a provider. This is his best opportunity to provide for his family that he knows fit. I think when you combine that all, this is what you're getting. You're going to make a non-prudent decision, kind of like that boxer who fought just a little bit too long, but he didn't know what else to do. So I get it. It's not smart, but I get it because we saw what would happen to those boxers.
Yeah. It's tough. We as people who watch it, we feel the empathy for the next time that happens.
And I don't think it's an if, Scoop. I think
because
it's
we promise you it'll happen again. Like it's not going to not happen. And then what? And then you hope that he is okay. That's all you can hope because
that's it.
Of the choice that he's making.
Yep. He gets to make that choice.
Last story in Wheel of Football, and we can do pick'ems. Deshaun Watson, Browns fans, not a good look. Not a good look for the Browns fans. Booed him as he was getting carted off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Man, I kind of see where they're coming from. I see where you're coming from. I see where they're coming from.
Go ahead, Toast.
I mean, listen, dude. I'm not, Deshaun Watson's not a good dude. Okay, he's just not a good dude. He did some pretty nasty stuff. And these fans don't like him as a result of that. They're not happy that their owner did what he did. They didn't ask their owner to go ahead and do that. And, whatever. But, yeah, you're paying ticket member. You want to boom because you're getting off the field. It looks bad on you, but it's a unique situation.
1,000,000% agree with you, buddy. I will tell you this right now. They didn't boo you for what you did on the field.
No.
So in that regard, they had every right to boo.
Look, I saw Jameis Winston come out and talk about it. I appreciate the sentiment. I do. He's sticking up for somebody who he feels has always done right by him. The reality is, all I could think about watching that video was how small his glasses were.
Jameis Winston.
So true. Yeah.
They didn't fit back behind his ears.
Tiny, bro. They were like stuck up here.
Yeah,
they were so
way
small.
up at the top of the ear.
He looked like, what was that like cartoon character with where they always they never do the glasses that way? It's that one. It's a famous cartoon character. They put their ears up here, but the glasses go back here.
Well, at first I
can't
thought
think
they
about
were
it.
Tilted, but no, they were right up against
they were
his eyebrow.
flush.
Yeah, they were flush.
And it was like to here.
He looked like Scooter from the Muppets. He just had that
That's all I can think about. I'm like trying to appreciate what he's saying, but those damn things are cutting off the circulation of that dude's head.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, let's do some pick'ems.
Arthur. You look like Arthur.
Arthur. You were digging for that one. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I was like, it was time to do
I
that.
could see you working. You were like, your brain was just like, it's in here. It's in here. Hold on, I'll find it.
All right, so let's open up that
ears are up
spreadsheet.
here.
How do we
his
do?
ears are up here, and his glasses go back here. Like, how does the glasses fit on your head if your ears are up here, Arthur? I don't know, Jameis. How does those glasses fit?
I don't know. Toast went 5-1 last week.
Good for you.
Very nice. Scoop went 4-2. Roe went 3-3. So everyone had a respectable week. That was very nice. And as you said, Scoop, BTB hit both his free picks. Colorado plus 3.5, LSU minus 2.5. Cleared those easy.
We got 7 picks we're doing. Holy cow.
Let's
all right.
blast through them. Start the shot clock.
Number 1. Number 12, Notre Dame at number 24, undefeated Navy. Let's go. Notre Dame giving 11.5. I'll start us off. Go midshipman.
Hell yeah. Woo.
What's the line?
Fuzzy.
11.5.
Going in the Navy.
You can sail the 7 seas.
In the Navy.
Hey, I'm not Gibbs, but I'm on the NCIS squad. And the N and the NCIS stands for Navy. Let's go.
Bro, they're coming out with a new NCIS with Gibbs as a kid. The youngin'. They just won't let that thing, they just won't let that franchise die.
I like what he looks like, too. It kind of like a young Gibbs. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, next up. Number 20, the Fighting Illini of Illinois. At number 1, Oregon. Oregon giving 25. Dude, Illinois got a quarterback, man. Like, they're not bad.
The disrespect.
Right?
25.
Too high. Way too high.
Right?
Oregon? Way too high. Give me
Oregon.
Illinois. Just Oregon wins, but Illinois, that's they got to number 1, and they're Illinois. Keep it close.
Illinois,
Oregon
me
wins.
too.
Illinois as well. I think it's too much.
Too high.
Next
That's
up.
disrespectful.
It really is.
That's disrespectful to football.
Football. That's right.
It's
Number
in here
20.
somewhere.
No
I don't
chance.
even know.
No
I
chance.
know.
Yeah.
I
It's in
know.
here
Yeah, that was a
somewhere.
good one, though.
I looked up and the first thing I saw was,
Cellulite hanging in pubic hair.
and I'm like, that's not the right one.
That's not the right one.
That's respectful to football as well.
It's in here somewhere.
Number 21, Mizzou. At number 15, Alabama. Bama minus 13.5.
Man.
This one makes no sense.
No
By all
sense.
intents and purposes, you should pick Alabama outright. And Missouri has been bad, but this is just one of those things. These are like 2 mediocre SEC teams. I don't know which one to pick.
Mizzou can't score.
But you said that last week, but I thought they scored pretty
And they're
decent.
ranked
They
number
had to
21.
come back.
They're 21.
That's because they got that SEC
They were
patch.
down like 17-3.
So they came back and scored a bunch.
Yeah. 3 whole times.
I'm taking Alabama. I don't know
am
why.
not. Call me crazy. I'm going with the Tigers here. Mizzou.
Okay.
What's the line again? Real quick.
13.5.
13.5. Yeah. Tigers.
All right. Number 5, Texas. Quinn Ewers now sitting out the rest of the season to get ready for the NFL draft. So it'll be Arch Manning.
Fake news.
At number 25, Vanderbilt. Texas given 18. Dude, there's some very disrespectful lines here compared to for top 25 showdowns. Wow.
No one believes the Vandy's any good.
Well, I mean, they beat Vatek.
Which is a good squad.
They beat Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're okay.
Texas got shown up by Georgia. I mean, that was domination.
That game was over quick.
Yeah, it was. I'm taking Vanderbilt to cover that number. That's a big number.
I'm hooking them.
All right.
I'm going with Texas.
Good.
I don't think Vandy's any good either.
All right.
All right. There we go. I get a game on both of you. Next up, number 8 LSU at number 14 Texas A&M.
They're not very good.
A&M giving 3.
A&M giving 3?
3?
Mm-hmm. At home.
I hate LSU.
Give me the fighting scaffolds.
I'm rooting for Elko here because I want LSU to get tagged with another loss there, man, so they can be out of the conversation.
Go Tigers! If you didn't get the reference, because he killed.
I got the reference.
Yeah, okay.
Killed a kid.
I never did that.
No, you didn't.
God.
No, you
no,
didn't.
I just ate hamburgers and chased after young women.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Brought him to practice.
It doesn't matter.
LSU what? Is getting what?
Yeah,
LSU is getting 3.
Yeah. I had Tigers again.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Tigers. All right.
Tigers.
Next up, big ACC game. Number 22 SMU at Duke. SMU's giving 11.5.
Duke's not ranked?
No.
That's 7-1.
6-1.
6-1. 11.5 SMU. Going up against his former master.
They're both 6-1.
I'm going to take the ponies. I think, pony up Dallas. He went against them all the time in practice.
Yeah? To
He
cover
knows
that
his
number?
tricks.
Yeah.
He knows his
Pony up.
tricks.
All right.
And it's going to push Miami Duke to the noon game.
Okay. I think Duke covers the number. Next up, last
a lot
game.
of losses here, Toast.
There we go. Hey, listen, I had a lot of wins last week, so I got to flip it.
It's true.
Florida State at number 6 Miami. Spread is now 21.5. Total is at 54.5. That's it.
We obliterated
they don't
the over.
think FSU's going to score any
They don't think
points.
FSU's going to
It's
score.
low.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. They got FSU getting a field goal. Hold on a second. Let me see what FSU's team total is. I wonder if that's even set up yet.
Well, while you're looking that up,
Yeah.
I'm going to say your University of Miami 48, Florida State 10.
It's a good one. It's a good score, Ro.
Healthy.
Just the total.
That's a good score.
I got the over and the over.
Yeah.
What was your score?
48 to 10.
Okay.
Obviously, we're going Canes here. I'm gonna take the cover and the over as well. I'm gonna go 42-13.
We're putting a 50 spot up on them, boys. This is humiliation. This is humiliation.
I was close. I almost did it. I kept them right at 48.
This is it.
You're really gunning for that Mike Norvell cuck his wife thing, aren't you?
Hell yeah, let's go.
He's a 50 burger.
I am going with 56-9. Humiliate them. I want them. I want their girlfriends to not even want to talk to them when they get back.
I can't. Mario's gonna come at the halftime. I mean, after the game and shake his hand and gonna be like, "Brother," and then he's gonna go, "You know this, don't you?"
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh God.
Don't do that.
You're the OBBAI said cuck his wife. I mean, come on, like what do you do? Come here, brother.
Oh man.
Shake your hand. You know this.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Oh, we could probably have to blur that out.
What are we calling this thing?
I don't know. You got a late edition there with "You know this, don't you?"
You know this,
don't you?
They won't know it because it's blurted out.
I know. I also wrote down it's hard to hate something this bad, which made me laugh. He definitely wears bikini briefs. Flicker the lights like a flashbang. And I can't include this one, but you're on pink cocaine.
Yeah.
I gotta take that one off. But as soon as I started typing, I thought it was funny. And then the context was given, and I was like, delete, 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 delete.
Oh, yeah, we can't do that because of the context. You're right.
Yeah, no, we can't.
no.
Yeah. No, I'm good with you know this, don't you?
Oh, no.
Let's go.
All right, you know this, don't you?
You know this, don't you?
Now I just got to see if it's actually if they keep it in the show. All right, whatever.
Very good, boys. All right, so we're not doing a stream for this thing, right?
No.
Why
Okay.
not? Toast, go do it. Keep the show alive.
You can.
Who's all
I
going to the
can't
game?
because I'm
they're
at a
going to the
regional
game.
finals
I'm
game
not.
for my
I'm
daughter.
going to the game.
Oh,
Or
so just
actually,
Scoop.
All right, Scoops.
yeah, so
Okay.
I'm not going to be there.
All right.
But
We'll see what's going on Saturday. Maybe I'll do something. We'll let you know.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned on the X. As always, go Games.
What?
Did that work for you?
I almost he felt to me as though he said go Gators. I kid you not. It was like
All right. Try that again.
he
then.
limped into that one pretty bad.
Limp Biscuit.
As always, go Canes!
Bang.
You know, a little falsetto in that one, eh?